Hello and welcome back to Issues That Matter. I'm your host Rashida here at Omega Studio ATL. Today we have an amazing topic. And our topic today we'll be talking about diaspora teens and challenges. I have here with me two amazing, black and beautiful, ebony is what I call them, teenagers. One is a preteen and one is a teenager, okay? One is in middle school and another one is in high school. And I would love to introduce them to you so that they can tell you a little bit about their story. So our story today is Diaspora Teens and Challenges. All right, to my right here, I have Lauren Sule, who is my daughter, my first child actually. Lauren Sule, go ahead and introduce yourself. I already introduced you, sorry.
My name is Lauren Sule. I'm 11 years old and I am in middle school.
Okay, and to our further right is?
Yes, my name is Desiree Jabba. I am 15 and I go to Peachtree Ridge High School.
Go girls. Ladies, welcome to my studio. I'm so happy that you guys are here. So we're going to talk about what's going on in middle school and what's going on in high school. Because we see that a lot of teenagers, especially our children from anywhere Africa, that's what I know, from Africa that are here, it just seems as if they go through more of a challenge than, I don't know, but I know that having Nigerian parents, going to school with Americans, having this American lifestyle, but when you get home, it's more of a Nigerian lifestyle. So I grew up in that kind of format. So I want them to be able to explain maybe what they say today may be able to help other teens out there and preteens out there. So I'm going to go first to Lauren. Okay, because Lauren is in middle school. So we're going to go first to Lauren. Lauren, I want you to take me through your journey of middle school because you just entered 6th grade. And I want to know, how's that been going for you?
First, middle school is great,
Okay.
but it's more challenging than before because I was in private school.
Okay.
There is a lot more bullying than before.
There's a lot more bullying?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. How are you handling that?
It's going good. All you have to do is tell the administrator what's going on.
You have to do what?
Tell the administrator what's going on.
Tell the administrator what's going on. Okay.
Don't hold back.
Does that make you into a teller? And do they make fun of you when you tell the administrator what's going on all the time?
There's no telling because it's like, when you tell the administrator, right, they handle it like, handle it.
Okay, they handle it. Now, tell me when you say you're being, like, they're bullying in school. Have you been bullied, and what has been said to you, or how have you personally been bullied?
Talk about my skin color.
You're talking about your skin color.
Mm-hmm.
Is your school an all-white school, a mixed school, or all-black school?
No.
It's what? What is it?
Everyone's like...
It's mixed.
Mm-hmm.
So who talks about your color?
Mostly guys. I got nothing
Guys.
else better to say.
Are they also black, or?
Yeah.
So black guys are talking about your skin color.
Mm-hmm.
What are they saying about your skin color?
I'm dark chocolate. I look like midnight.
That you look like midnight. Your dark chocolate would be a good thing because you are dark chocolate and beautiful. Okay, but you look like midnight. How does that make you feel, though?
It doesn't, it's like, it hurts my feelings a lot.
It hurts your feelings, okay.
Mm-hmm.
And what do you take from that? Does it bother you? Does it make you feel that? Does it make you feel less of a person? Does it mess up your self-esteem? What does it do to you when something like that is said to you?
It doesn't really move me that much.
Okay.
But for them to be saying it and then laughing at it, it just...
It bothers you a bit.
Blows me off.
It blows you off.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, what do you do at that point? How do you turn that situation into either a good situation, or what do you do when that happens?
I take into a good situation because I know and I'm black. I know that I'm black and I'm beautiful.
Mhm.
So that they're making fun of me. It's not really that they're making fun of me. They're just complimenting me.
Oh, Lord Jesus, you go girl. Okay. Black chocolate. All right. So, what would you like to say to other teens or preteens out there that are going through the same thing? I mean, I love the fact that you say to you, they're complimenting you. But what would you say to other preteens out there that are about your age 11 that may be going through the same thing, but they don't find it funny and it hurts their feelings? What would you say to them?
Don't hold it back.
Don't hold what back?
The words. Don't hold the laughs and the words back. Just.
You mean don't hold on to it?
Mhm.
Don't let it bother you?
Mhm.
Okay.
Just take it as in God made you black and beautiful. Not. I mean, black people, they're actually really beautiful. I mean, I'm not trying to be racist or anything, but white people, they just don't really have any color.
Okay. Okay, black is beautiful. I think God has made everybody beautiful in their own way.
Yeah.
I feel that people should get to a point in their life where they're comfortable within themselves. And me sitting here saying this today, it took me a while to get there. And the reason why I say it took me a while to get there, because growing up, when I was here, I was very skinny. They didn't have jeans my size. There was no size 0 in jeans. And if you wore a certain type of outfit, people made fun of that. So growing up in America, when I was in mid school, it was really, really challenging for me. But looking back at it now, what I want, you preteen or 11, 12, 13-year-old to take from it is that you're going to be growing every day. Things are going to be changing every day, and you need to be happy about the process that you're going through in life. Don't allow people that don't have self-esteem to bring you down because they're unhappy. Because a lot of times it's because they are unhappy is the reason why they're trying to bring you down to make themselves happy. So, another question that I have for you, Laura, before we go to Desiree, because my God, Desiree got some juicy stuff to tell us. But let's finish a little bit with Lauren. Lauren, what I wanted to ask you is, how easy is it to have Nigerian parents or to have African parents? How has that been a good thing or a challenging thing for you?
Sometimes it's challenging, sometimes it's really good because, the chores, yes, Jesus, chores.
Chores?
Yes. The good part about that is that you get your house clean, and the challenging thing is that every day it's either jollof rice or oat fufu. Every day.
It's either jollof rice or oat fufu.
Yes.
Hello, your mama chef. I ain't cooked jollof rice last night, and I sure didn't make oat fufu last night.
Elijah did.
Your grandmother did. Well, she's an elderly person. She's used to, what she's used to. So you're trying to say that sometimes it's good with your Nigerian parents and sometimes it's challenging because they always make you do your chores.
And we get punishment if we do something.
Okay. And then another question that I have for you is that how are you with your siblings, Lauren? Because at this age, and you being the only female in the house, other than your mom, you have 2 brothers. How is your relationship with your brothers?
I'll kind of say it's between, because...
Between what?
Between, love and sometimes not liking, because we have a lot of fights. Also, but I love my brothers to death. Like, I'm so not kidding. I would die for them. But if it's like they get me angry, it's done deal.
Done deal. You gonna do what?
Time for whoopings.
Time for whooping. All right, Lauren. So how are your grades going? What's going on? Still with the school situation. We talked about the bullying and how you handle that in a positive way. But do you feel that sometimes it can affect a person emotionally where you're not really giving your full self to your grades and doing good in school, because, I mean, I wish I was as strong as you are, you know, with being able to tell them black is beautiful, and I'm not taking it in a negative way. For me, it wasn't black is beautiful. It was like, oh my God. Ours was more of, when I was growing up, it was more of, you're African. So it was, you're African, you're not American.
You're a booty scratcher.
You're a booty scratcher, because that's what Africans do. So mine was more of, I was African. It wasn't more of you're black. And just because of that, emotionally, it was affecting me emotionally a little bit. So being that you were called, what was it again? Black
Dark Midnight.
Black Dark Midnight, black chocolate, all that good stuff. It doesn't affect you emotionally in any type of way? Does it affect you in any kind of way?
Not really. It's just sometimes it does.
Sometimes
I'm
it
already
gets to
having
you?
a bad day. But
You're already having a bad day.
Mm-hmm.
Sweetheart, you don't pay bills. What causes your bad day? Huh? What causes a bad day?
Just people talking about me.
People talking about you can cause a bad day.
A lot.
So it gets emotional then.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. All right. Let me go and ask Desiree. Wow. Desiree. You are my heart. When you were in middle school, listening to what Lauren went through, when you were in middle school, did you have similar challenges, or what were your challenges?
I can relate with her because in middle school I got made fun of for being African.
You got made fun of for being African.
I got made fun of for being my complexion.
For being a dark skin. Okay.
Yeah, for being skinny.
Okay.
You know, and school wasn't a problem for me, like academically, because school, I don't know, I just never had a problem with like academics.
Right.
It was just socially. It really
okay.
affected me because I was not as strong
as Lauren.
Yeah. Like I had to, like thick skin has come like over time.
Right.
But then it used to affect me a lot, and
Okay.
cause I'm just the type of person, what people say, it does bother.
It eats you out.
Yeah.
Like, ugh.
But I'm happy now that I've just grown to realize that, you know, no matter what, even if I was the prettiest girl ever, people would have stuff to say.
To say still.
People are always going to have stuff to say. You know, so I've grown from that. And middle school, I did have problems. I will be honest. I did have problems with following with what other people were doing.
Uh-huh.
And I remember feeling like I needed to do what they did to feel like I belonged.
You belong, yeah.
You know, I felt like it would stop the bullying, it would stop all this. And what I didn't realize at the time was that what people get away with is not always what I'm going to get away with.
Oh, no.
Especially being African.
Ah!
And so, you know, it was a lesson.
Okay, so explain to me, when you said what other people would get away with, you were not going to get away with it because you were African. Was it because of your parents or what?
Yeah, it was because we have to be honest, like American parents and African parents, they have a totally different mentality.
Totally different mentality.
And you know, so what other people's parents would accept, I was trying to, yeah, and you know, I would try and go there, and it wasn't even.
It was your mother was gonna shut it down.
Like,
not in this house.
You know, so it was hard.
It was hard growing up.
It was hard because I always wanted to rebel because I just wanted to fit in. You know, I wanted to.
You rebelled against your parents.
Yeah.
You rebelled against your parents in order to be able to fit in with your friends.
Yeah, and now I wish I hadn't, but you know, it is what it is. Like it was a struggle at the time, so I had to, you know, but. I'm happy that now I realize that I don't ever have to change who I am because of anybody or anything. So.
But okay, I guess because you're telling me about you were trying to rebel, because I remember when I tried to rebel and I knew exactly what happened. Now, your parents took you to Nigeria to visit your They said that you were going to visit your grandmother. Take me through that and what happened.
Okay. My mother, it was about 2 years ago. It was about the middle of January, if I remember. She said that we were going to go see my uncle. No,
your uncle?
Yeah, my uncle and my grandmother.
And your grandmother, okay, your uncle and your grandmother.
Staying in the same house at the time. So, and I was down with it. I was like, okay, I remember seeing a lot of like school stuff, like books and stuff like that, but she told me that it was because we have a family friend that lives in Nigeria, and she has a daughter. So she told me it was for her. And, it wasn't the first time that she sent stuff to her, so I just, So I remember we had to get my passport and everything ready. So when we got to the airport and we were waiting for it to board the plane, I remember she was talking to a pastor, and they were praying together, and she was crying. And I kept asking her what was wrong or whatever, and she just was like, nothing.
She brushed it off.
So we rode on the plane. When we got there, we got to the airport in Nigeria. Yeah. We were waiting for my uncle to come pick us up, and we ended up waiting for like hours. So she asked me a question, and she was like, "What do you want to be when you grow up?" I told her, I've always wanted to be a fashion designer, model, and she goes, I can't remember the exact words, but she was basically saying that I want the best for you, and the way you're going right now is not gonna get you anywhere. It's not gonna
when you were rebelling.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's not gonna get you where you want to be.
Right.
And so right there, she dropped the bomb, and she was like, I brought you to Nigeria now, and you're here to stay.
Woo!
And at that moment, it blew me. I
nowhere to run to. You couldn't go back.
That's how I felt. That's exactly how I felt. Like, I can't go anywhere now. Like, that's it.
Like, this is it.
So, and I remember, I didn't say anything. I just started crying. Wow. And then she started crying. And then everybody around, Nigeria's really busy. So everybody was like, did somebody die? Is everything okay? So, and then I remember feeling so scared and betrayed. I felt betrayed. I couldn't lie.
You felt betrayed?
Because she lied to me. So I was, but now I see what it was all for, because I know myself. Like, if she had told me before we even got on the plane,
of course, who
next
does
morning
that?
she wouldn't even have seen me in the house. Like, it would have been,
So when you got to Nigeria and you realized that this was going to be home for you, you felt betrayed. You didn't feel, you were not excited. You couldn't get back on the plane. All right. So my thing is, what school did you go to in Nigeria?
It was called Louisville Girls High School.
Louisville Girls High School.
Yeah.
Where in Nigeria is it?
It's in Ogun State.
Ogun State.
Yeah, it was a Catholic all-girls school.
Right. And what was your experience? Just give us a real short phrase of what your experience was like in Louisville. Because I went to St. Louis. And I know that Louisville is an extension of St. Louis. Yeah. And my experience was, it was good. So what was your experience in Louisville?
At first, it was horrible.
It was horrible.
Because there was just so much that I had to get used to. You want me to go into like the boarding school desk?
What did you have to get used to?
Okay. At first, the one thing that really irked me was that we had to bathe with like cold water.
You bathe with? No, honey, we don't call it cold water. It's room temperature.
No.
Because it ain't cold. It's room temperature.
To me, it was cold because I'm used to taking like hot steaming showers, and I get here and I have to. So that.
No more steaming showers.
No more steaming showers. So I had to get used to the food.
To the food. What were you guys eating a lot of?
A lot of jollof fries.
Wow.
Yeah, it wasn't that bad after I got used to everything. Just a lot of like traditional food, and so I had to get used to like the people, because they definitely acted different from people in America. So I I got used to that, and school, like the academic aspect, they had 15 subjects in that school, and I was coming from a place that there were only 4.
4 subjects and 15 subjects.
Yeah, so that too was.
It kept you busy.
It kept, definitely. So that and pretty much just being away from home. I had to get used to that. That was.
So you miss your siblings a lot?
Yeah.
You miss your parents too? Yeah.
Yeah.
What about the chores? Because I know Lauren was talking about chores. That's more challenging.
Yes.
What about the chores?
At the school? Or
yeah. Did you guys have chores at school?
Yeah, we did.
You see?
Yeah, like the whole, we had to, because it was a boarding school, so we all like stayed in dorms,
right.
And it was important that we kept everywhere clean,
right.
And being that we're girls, we had to always wash our stuff, have everything intact, ironed, everything.
Yeah.
And the sisters at the school, they made sure that everything, all that stuff was done. Like because there were punishments for not doing what you needed to do.
Okay, so you get punished if you didn't do what you were supposed to.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Okay.
So.
What kind of punishment?
What kind of punishment? Punishment, honey. that whipping stuff you're talking about. That whipping stuff you're talking about.
I was actually really fortunate because I think because of where I was coming from, a lot of times I was able to avoid a lot of punishments. So it was like.
How were you able to avoid punishments?
I don't know what grace I had, but I just know that whenever it came to like trouble, they'd be like, "Oh, you can go. Oh, go sit down. Go somewhere."
Right.
So it was, and the people they liked me, I guess because of I don't know.
Americana.
Yeah.
Americana.
So it was the punishments, but what they did, like the other people, what they did go through,
it was crazy.
It was crazy.
Right. So let me ask you another question. So do you think the experience, how long did you stay in Nigeria for?
About 2 years.
Did you like it?
Yeah, I did. Actually, I've been wanting to go back for a while.
You want to go back?
So,
did y'all hear that? She want to go back. Okay, so it's not really as bad as you guys think.
No, not at all.
Yeah.
Especially when people are taught here about Africa. Like, my friends, when I came back, they were like, they sent you there? Like you said it like it wasn't even...
Like,
you know what I mean? So...
Like you were supposed to get butchered out there or something,
yeah.
Like they sent you to Africa?
So, I don't know, the view people have on Africa is not exactly what it is at all.
So you had a very, very good experience.
I did. I had fun.
You should have fun. Okay, because I remember when you first came back, when you came to visit, I think you came around maybe Christmas time to visit, and I was asking you, were you going to go back? And you said, yes, I can't wait to go back.
Yeah.
I'm so tired of these four-corner walls. In Nigeria, you get to walk around and,
Yeah, people are everywhere. Everything's so free.
Everything's so free. So it's not like here.
No, it's not at all.
Do you think that the four corners of the wall that we try to protect our children so much, do you think that also causes a rage where you guys just want to rebel because you want to get out, you want to do things, you see that your friends are doing this, you want to do it.
Yeah,
but you can't because we're always trying to, keep you guys
in a
huddled
box
together until you can fly. And then,
So, yeah, I mean, even if you try and get wings too early, they cut them off.
They cut them off.
So,
But wow, wait till y'all 21.
So, yeah, I mean, definitely being kept from a lot of things it makes you want to do it. And it all takes a level of maturity to see why you can do it, right. so that you can conform to what you're being told to do. Okay. And I personally, it took me a while to get to that point.
To transition.
Because I just wasn't having it. I was like, I don't see why
you needed to be here.
So, but I mean, now I see what the lesson was that I was supposed to be learning, and I definitely have seen the difference between the two. And I'm happy that I did get the experience because, a lot of people don't know, they don't, how do I explain it? They don't get to that point where it's like, this is what you have to do. like just see like, cause I saw life out there. Like I saw how life, like how people live, the suffering and everything. Cause there is like what people see, like there is like suffering and stuff in Africa, but it made me appreciate life that I had out here.
Exactly.
You know what I mean? So it made me see that like all the stuff I used to do, wasting of food and all that stuff, like not taking care of your stuff and everything. It made me see that like people don't have it like you do. You know? So it gives you that mentality that a lot of people don't see like out here.
So do you feel that going to Nigeria made you a better person, made you a more confident person?
Definitely more confident.
Definitely more confident.
Yes.
Okay. Where did that confidence come from?
I think because being that I was like new there, and I didn't have
a superstar.
Yeah.
I remember that.
So I couldn't like, and my mom, she wasn't there all the time, so I didn't have anybody to like depend on all the time,
right.
You know, because we were living there, like it was me. I had to do everything.
You had to grow up real quick.
So that that definitely was part of it, and then okay.
So the thing is, what would be your advice to other, and I talk a lot about Nigerian because I am Nigerian. I mean, you can't take that away from me. The experience that Desiree is talking about, I did experience it. My parents did the same thing. My mom took me to Nigeria. I thought I was just going to visit my grandma. Ended up getting, you are a trip right now. Ended up getting there, and when I finally did see my grandma, I had no idea that Ado Ekiti was about 4 hours away from Lagos. So when I finally did see my grandmother, my mom stayed with us for about a week before she disappeared. And I found myself alone. But alone in the sense that the person that we came from America together is gone.
Yeah.
And I'm here by myself with my grandma and my cousins. I got to meet cousins.
Yeah.
And then I went to school. I went to St. Louis. They treated me like a superstar. They always called me Americana.
Yeah, me too.
You know, so I felt like I didn't feel like, you know, when I was in America and they said, "Oh, you African booty scratcher." It was more of they uplifted me. They turned me into this.
That was.
You know, and I just had to conform myself into that. Like, yeah,
I am.
This is it.
Yeah.
You know, and I had rich friends. I had friends that weren't too rich.
Yeah.
I had friends that didn't have much. And me personally wanted to take everybody in and be a blessing to everybody. But what I learned a lot of is I matured quickly. I learned how to wash clothes.
Yes.
Girl, because you know everything go in the washing machine. But in Nigeria,
it's
you better
hand washing.
I used to take the whole Omo, put it inside the thing, and wonder why everything was just, you know, foaming. And then I learned how to fetch water. Oh my gosh. I learned how to fetch water. So many things that I learned. But I do pray that one day the schools in Nigeria would get to a place where that type of training are still in schools, and parents can send their children feeling okay to let them be and let them grow and let them have wings, and the wings may not,
very well.
It may not flop too well in the beginning, but eventually it'll get there. What is your advice for Lori? Because we're really thinking about taking Lori to Nigeria. You're my only daughter, my love. I want you to be able to. No, it's not a bad thing.
It's not.
It's really not. Look at her. It's not a bad thing. Every time I look at Desiree, I just get this. I get excited because I remember your mom called me when she was asking for the school. She asked me for the school. I said, "Girl,
so you were in on it."
Yes, honey. I said, "Girl, Louisville." You know, she got the name of the school and everything, and I felt really happy because I knew what it had did for me. Till today, every single day, I thank my parents. Ma, if I never said it, if I didn't say it as often as I should, I'm saying it again today. Thank you, you and Dad, so much for taking me to Nigeria, because I didn't only learn culture. I learn culture. I learn how to speak my language. I learn different people's behaviors. You know, I learn the difference between friends and not too good friends. I learn religion.
Yeah, yeah.
You know, I learn religion. I know my Hail Mary full of grace, the Lord is with thee, honey.
Yes.
Blessed thou amongst women, blessed thou fruit of the womb, Jesus. I learned all of that.
Yeah.
So what advice would you give? Do you think it's okay and safe to send?
So, definitely. I know that at times
Get ready.
I was so scared.
You were
Like, I
scared.
felt like something would happen to me. Cause,
Right.
I mean, before, because I'd only gone to Nigeria to visit. I've never lived there, and I knew my mom wasn't there, and I was by myself in the school. So, you know, I was really scared. But, like, now I see, like, as long as you, I mean, there's no reason to be scared. That's the thing. Like, God will definitely take care of you. You know,
Gotta take care of you.
and definitely guide you and everything. You just have to make sure that you know why you're there, and you stay focused on that.
And you stay focused. Did you hear that? Know why you're there and stay focused. We don't just take you and ship you off. The reason why we want you to be able to visit, parents, if maybe some summers you can actually take your children to visit Nigeria, let them know where they come from. I know some friends of mine that from when they were young, they came here when they were about 4 or 5 years old. They've never been to Nigeria again. They don't have the culture. They forgot that culture a long time ago. They're not even interested. They, a lot of them eat Nigerian food when they go to parties because it's jollof rice. But once they forget the culture of where they're from, then what do you think is going to happen to the next generation, the one that their children?
Yeah.
Then that's out the window. Then a lot of children, then their grandchildren be like, oh, yeah, my grandpa came from Nigeria. Oh, where in Nigeria does your grandpa come from? Lagos. I heard Lagos. And that's it. And that's all they know.
That's it.
So it's good to teach our children the culture so that we can keep the culture, keep our culture strong and fresh within the next generation. Lauren, final words from you and from Desiree. What would you like to say before we head on out?
I might take into consideration of going to Nigeria.
Consideration?
Because it's her choice.
Yes, it's my choice.
Consideration? What are you considering?
All right.
I beg, what is your power? Just leave that one. Consideration.
I want to tell people my age and your age that everything you're going through now, it definitely does end. It won't last forever. You know, you eventually graduate from middle school, you graduate from high school, you go live your life. And don't be in a rush to grow up.
To grow up? Oh my God. That was good.
Because life, like, there's plenty of time to do everything that you want to do.
Yeah.
And, you know, I remember someone telling me that it doesn't matter where you are today, it matters where you're going.
Where you're going.
So definitely always keep that in mind. And if you do end up, if you're African and you do end up going to Nigeria, just don't focus on, oh, they left me here and now I have to, you know, focus on the good things. Just have fun, be free, because nothing will happen to you. You'll be fine. You know, it's all going to be a great experience. You know, you'll learn so much, and you might hate it now, but you'll thank your parents later, definitely.
Yeah, because Desiree wants to go back. She is
So bad.
afraid.
Mom, if you're watching this, just go book my ticket.
So
Yeah.
thank you guys so much for joining us again on Issues That Matter. I truly appreciate you for watching us weekly. Once again, my daughter Lauren and I call her my niece because me and her mom are very, very good friends, Desiree. I really do appreciate you guys for coming on the show to share your experience of what's going on in middle school and what's going on in high school. So parents, you know, don't be afraid to install culture in your children. they're going to need it when they're growing up. They're going to need it for their daily upkeep. They're going to need it for their own generation and generations to come. So embrace where we're from. I know right now a lot of things are going on in Africa, but Africans in the diaspora can make situations different for their upcoming generations. Thank you once again for watching Issues That Matter. We truly appreciate you, and we'll see you next week. Okay?
Bye.